The following blog posts were made by a 27-year-old, Gerasim Yakovlev, documenting more info on the cancelled Noggin TV show Appy and its creator, Frederick Gorgotte. August 3rd, 2012. I was checking my email when I got a message from a fan of my blog. As soon as I opened the message, the content shocked me. The fan claimed that a new Appy episode appeared on the internet on the 30th of July. He explained that he found it on a website that he described as some kind of fucked up YouTube ripoff. At first I thought I somehow missed an episode when Frederick worked on the Season 2 episodes, in 2001 and 2002. When I replied, he told me that the episode got released in 2012. I couldn't believe it one bit, but to prove me wrong, he sent me a file of the episode. My worst suspicions were true. The episode's name was Appy the Pirate, and began with the intro from Season. For some reason, the entire episode looked like it was recorded from a low-quality VHS tape. After the intro, it showed a widescreen view of an animated school. It zooms in on Appy, wearing an eye patch for whatever reason, teaching a class. Appy turns to the side and tells why he was off the air for nearly a decade. Apparently, he was at Apple University getting a new diploma. Of course, you should know why he was really off air, so it's fooling almost nobody. After that, he resumes teaching the class, and it's revealed what he was in class for. Appy was teaching the children how to become pirates. It shows a table with various pirate apparel and weapons, including eye patches, peg legs, and hooks. One of the students began playing with one of the hooks, and ends up cutting his hand. Appy looks at him, looks to the class, and then says, "I'll be right back, children." Appy brings the child to his van and slams the door. A chainsaw begins to rev up, and the kid gets killed. No sugarcoating. The kid is quite clearly dead. Afterwards, Appy tiredly walks out of his van and goes back into the classroom. One of the students says, "What happened to Aaron, Mr. Appy?" Appy turns to the camera and does his trademark death stare for 30 seconds, before turning back and replying, "Aaron has gone to a better place." To hide the fact that he did something bad to him, Appy quickly says, "Hey, let's learn some more about pirates." He begins teaching the kids about the history of fruit pirates for about 3 minutes. It was quite funny to listen to, actually. After that, he tells them it's time for recess. They pour out of the class, and it cuts to stock footage of children playing on a playground. But it wasn't the same playground as the ones in Seasons 1 and 2. It shows a large bully who looked like he was in his 20s, green-screened over the stock footage, picking on young kids. It zooms into an enraged Appy looking out the classroom window. Appy goes over to the bully, grabs him by the neck, and drags him into the classroom. After shutting and locking the door, loud yelling is heard from the room for minutes, until you hear Appy slamming the bully against the walls, lockers, and the door. Because of the bully's size, the door gets damaged. Eventually, the bully is heard screaming and a neck-snapping sound is heard. Appy opens the door. Appy opens the door to show the entire room, covered with blood, organs, and bones. His eye twitches, and Appy murmurs, "If Forensique was here, my job would be so much easier." But no! Someone just had to kill him. Finally, Appy tells the children that recess is over. The students run back to the classroom, which, interestingly, has no trace of body parts in it. Appy resumes his lesson about fruit pirates. He walks over to the corner of a room that has a TV on a stand. He pushes the TV to the front of the class and puts in a VHS, which depicts how fruit pirates lived in ships. The cartoon lasts for about 8 minutes, and it ends with the pirate ship exploding for whatever reason. Appy wraps up his lesson by asking the children questions about the cartoon they just watched. To Appy's absolute surprise, the children answer all of the questions correctly. The strange thing about this part is that after a kid answers a question, Appy does his death smile for a few seconds before coldly saying, "Correct," and the name of the kid. After all of the questions were answered by the children, Appy was so proud of his students that he says he has a big surprise for them. He gets them to follow him outside the school. The screen then cuts to a full-scale model pirate ship, similar to the one in the cartoon. The children are in awe of it. Appy gives a short lecture about how hard they worked, and that they're now ready to become the true pirates. The kids dress up in pirate gear and board the ship. Appy climbs up a mountain, and he sits down in a chair holding a glass of lemonade, with the ship visible. The children can barely be seen, dueling with wooden swords and walking the plank. Appy turns to the audience and says, "Hey kids, if you try hard enough, you can become a pirate." A scream is heard, and the ship explodes, sending the children, body parts, and charred wood in all directions. Appy isn't emotionally affected by it at all, and says, "Don't be scared that those children have lost their lives. They're all dead now. And what's funny is that you couldn't have saved them from their fate, when I could have." Appy gives his death smile for 3 minutes and the video gets more distorted. The credits roll, and guess what plays? Yep, They're coming to take me away, haha, of course. The weirdest thing with the credits, though, was that all the crew members' names were Forensique. I can understand why, though. The song was a different version than the one that they played on the original episodes. It sounded much less clean, as if the song was recorded in a basement, and not a recording studio. After the credits, an ad for Happy Appy's newest episode plays at the end, but the video cuts out before any clips get shown. I have a lot of questions about this video. First off, who made it? Was it one of the followers? Or did Frederick survive or fake his suicide? I won't know until the next episode premieres, which will be on the 6th. August 4th, 2012. I swear I saw Frederick walk into an old slaughterhouse today. He was wearing a ski mask like the one during Season 2, and he appeared to be talking on an old cell phone. He saw me, though, and dropped the phone on the ground. Luckily, I was driving, so I ran him over. Oddly enough, when I drove off, I saw several followers running out of the building. But do you want to know what's the worst thing I saw or heard today? I've been emailed by a fan of my blog who told me that a cartoon that was intended to play on Nick Jr. in some rural areas of Washington was replaced with, Happy the Pirate. Luckily, it was only in 3 or 4 towns, but this means that Frederick and his followers might have complete broadcasting control over those towns. He said Frederick could have hijacked the airwaves and could have replaced the original cartoon. How did he manage to do this without being caught? This is the first time since the 1987 Max Headroom hijacking that something this extreme was done. I'm concerned about this. August 5th, 2012. Just a few hours ago, I got an email from the same person saying that he obtained a copy of the original production reel of Happy Appy. Said the reel was the one that was shown to the Nickelodeon executives by Frederick and Keith Blue. It starts with an extended intro for Happy Appy, which had a sane Frederick singing the lyrics. Happy Appy, Appy App, Appy App, Appy App, Happy Appy, Appy App. He helps kids all day. He was born in Washington, in the Keith Apple Farm. He got a degree in caretaking from Apple University. Happy Appy likes to help. Yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Happy Appy wants to help every single child now. After the intro, it shows Happy's model, which was different from the version shown on Noggin. First off, his eyes were white, and he had no pupils. He also had legs and feet, but he didn't have a leaf on his stem. He began talking, but it was more in a normal voice than the deep voice Tristan Ye gave him. He gave a speech saying why Nickelodeon should pick up Happy Appy, and how it would be a success for Noggin. After the speech, he talked about some of the plot lines for the episode, especially Nate Needs Help, Hurt Happy, and Happy Goes to School. However, I saw that some of the plot lines in the reel weren't used in any of the season. One plot was one where Happy goes and solves a mystery involving a puzzle piece. After the various plot lines get mentioned, Happy Appy stops talking, and the video ends. August 5th, 2012, Post 2. Okay, so I got emailed again by the man showing me the true promo for the next episode, Happy's Parlor. It has clips of Happy buying an ice cream parlor, which is actually a bar, but has ice cream logos plastered all over it. Turns out that the parlor is a dedication to his best buddy, Frederick. There's not much else to say about the promo, but in the background, there's a Photoshop picture of Happy Appy sitting with Napoleon the 14th.